Okay, so just take a second and imagine this. You're standing amidst mist-shrouded hills. These rivers are carving through ancient valleys, and the air, it's just so fresh, carrying that scent of damp earth and, wild bamboo. That's Arunachal Pradesh. It's a place where tradition isn't just some relic. It, it lives and breathes. And right there, in the heart of this incredible landscape, something really inspiring happened recently. We're about to do a deep dive into the Solung Festival. It's a huge deal for the Adi community, and this year it came back with this pretty awe-inspiring transformation. So our mission today is to explore how this really vibrant three-day celebration is held in the village of Pangin, August 21st to 23rd, 2025, how it managed to perfectly blend this deep, profound cultural heritage with, well, pioneering zero-waste principles. It's about honoring ancestry in the planet.
It really is more than just a festival, isn't it? What happened in Pangin, I think, offers a powerful kind of blueprint. It shows how communities can, not only protect their cultural identity, which is invaluable, but also step up as real pioneers for sustainable living in today's world. That seamless integration of the old and the new. That's what's truly remarkable here.
Okay, so to really get the significance of Pangin, we probably need to get acquainted with the Adi tribe first. Who are these incredible people that are nestled way up in India's far northeastern corner, right?
Okay.
A place known for rugged terrain, dense forests.
Exactly. Their homeland, Arunachal Pradesh, it's shaped by these steep Himalayan foothills and, of course, the dramatic monsoon rains. The Adi are one of the largest indigenous groups there. They mainly live in the central districts, like East Siang, which is where Pangin is located. And their oral histories, they're fascinating. They talk about emerging from the earth's own rhythms, stories tied to rivers, forests, spirits. It shapes everything.
Yeah, they're mainly farmers.
Primarily subsistence farmers, yes. Growing rice on these amazing terraced hillsides. The techniques are honed over countless generations. And central to their life is the mithun. It's this semi-domesticated bovine, but it's so much more than livestock. It's a symbol of wealth, social status, community bonds, often part of marriage exchanges or major ceremonies.
Right. And their homes. You mentioned sustainable architecture.
Oh, absolutely. They're like engineering marvels. Elevated structures made of bamboo, set on stilts with roofs thatched using local grasses or these broad toko leaves. They're beautiful, but also incredibly practical, built to handle the region's floods, even earthquakes, and they just blend right into the environment.
Wow. So that harmony with nature isn't just talk, it's built into their lives.
Precisely. It's not just some abstract philosophy. For the Adi, it's a living necessity. It's a craft, really, honed by generations navigating this demanding, beautiful landscape. You see it in how the bamboo homes almost disappear into the forest, or the incredible detail in their woven baskets, their vibrant textiles. It's where art and survival just naturally meet.
Okay, let's dive a bit deeper into their social world. You mentioned clans, villages. What about governance?
They have these village councils called kibangs, really interesting forums where elders mediate disputes, make decisions. They draw wisdom from ancient folklore, customary laws, and they really aim for consensus. Marriage customs are also quite rich, often involving complex alliances between families, sometimes sealed with exchanges, like mithun.
And their food. You mentioned rice.
Rice is definitely the staple, often served with simple boiled greens, maybe some fermented bamboo shoots for that pungent kick, and various meats, pork, fish, wholesome, simple food. And then there's uphong, their mild rice beer. It's fermented in these traditional clay or bamboo pots called ipum, but it's more than a drink. It's like a social glue. Shared generously at gatherings, it really fosters unity.
The cultural touchstone. What about their clothing?
Very distinctive. Women traditionally wear the gale. It's a wraparound skirt with these intricate hand-woven patterns. Men often wear jackets made from local fibers, sometimes decorated with beads or feathers, especially for festivals. Tells a real story.
So with a culture so deeply tied to the environment, how do they express things like history, values, beyond just daily life? Through music and dance.
Exactly. Their music and dance are incredibly rich. You have the Ponung dance, for instance. Women perform it in these fluid circles during celebrations. Each step, each chant, it mimics the cycles of planting and harvest. It's beautiful. And then there's the tapu dance. much more powerful, performed by men. It's sort of a war-inspired dance, using traditional Dao swords and shields. They reenact historical battles, folk tales of courage.
It's not just entertainment then.
Not at all. They're living history books, really. They preserve ancestral stories, teach younger generations about bravery, unity, respect for their heritage. And their religion, it's this fascinating blend of animism, believing spirits inhabit nature, and venerating Dani Polo, the sun and moon, as supreme deities whose cycles guide everything. Shamans, or miras, play a key role, conducting rituals, maintaining balance.
Okay, so with all that cultural depth,
Yeah.
how does it manifest in the Solung Festival itself?
Yeah.
Its origins must be deeply rooted in everything we've discussed.
Absolutely. At its core, Solung is a profound agricultural Thanksgiving. It marks the end of the sowing season and looks forward, with hope, to a good harvest.
Are there specific stories about how it started?
Oh, yes. Adi legends trace it back centuries. Myths involving deities like Doing Boat, the sky god, and Kine Nen, the earth goddess, blessing the fields. There's also a popular tale about a time of crop failure, real hardship. This led the community to perform sacrifices and sacred dances to appease the deities, restore balance. And so Solung became this annual ritual for abundance, protecting livestock, ensuring harmony.
And it happens around harvest time.
Just before, actually, usually late August or early September. It lines up perfectly with that crucial rice transplantation cycle.
So what does the traditional festival actually look like? Does it happen over several days?
Yes, traditionally it spans several days, each with distinct phases. The first day, called Ikop, or Solungiri, is all about preparation. Homes are cleaned thoroughly, offerings gathered. Families invoke ancestral deities, and there are ceremonial sacrifices, usually pigs, or sometimes the highly valued mithun. It's about gratitude and renewal.
Okay, day one is prep and reflection. What about day two?
Day 2, Binnyat, shifts to collective rituals. Everyone comes together for ceremonies aimed at ensuring a bumper harvest. Shamans lead chants, and it often culminates in these big communal feasts. Then the final days, that's pure celebration. You'll see archery contests, spirited tug-of-war games, folk songs echoing through the valleys, stalls selling beautiful handicrafts, local food like smoked meats, millet pancakes, and of course the Ponung dances light up the evenings. It's also a really important time socially resolving old issues, arranging marriages, passing on the Adi lore to the young ones.
It sounds like a vital anchor for their identity.
For centuries, it absolutely has been, reinforcing bonds, ensuring traditions survive. But, like many indigenous cultures, the Adi faced challenges from modernization. There was this period where, urban influences started creeping in. Plastic decorations, maybe loud, amplified music that didn't quite fit. More commercial stalls. It began to dilute that deep authenticity.
And younger generations were drifting away.
Some elders definitely felt that. As younger Adis moved to cities for education or jobs, there was a concern they were losing touch with these deeply spiritual and communal traditions. It caused some worry.
But that wasn't the end of the story, right? This concern actually sparked something new.
Exactly. That sense of erosion became a catalyst. A powerful revival movement started, which mirrors trends we're seeing in other tribal communities across India. It was a conscious effort to reconnect, but with a renewed sense of purpose.
Which brings us to Pangin in 2025. This wasn't just bringing Solung back, it was something more.
Absolutely. It was a brilliant example of how ancient wisdom could intersect with modern eco-consciousness. And Pangin was already kind of primed for this. It had built a reputation as a clean model village through community efforts in conservation and waste management.
So what do they actually do? How do they make it zero waste?
The organizers made a very deliberate choice. They decided to replace synthetic materials with natural ones, creating this immersive experience. So, plastic cups, gone. Replaced by over 100 beautiful hand-carved bamboo mugs. Every visitor got one, and they were washed and reused throughout the festival.
That's fantastic. What else?
Festival gates, stalls. Normally, you might see vinyl banners. Here, they used elegant bamboo frames decorated with those broad toko leaves. It felt like the forest itself was part of the decor, not some commercial intrusion. Even the signs became art. A local artist, Samuel Gao, painted this huge cloth banner with traditional Adi motifs, rivers, mithun, harvest gods, no polluting flex prints needed, and the apong, the rice beer, served from traditional ipum pots, ladled with these long-handled scoops called ijuk. It restored this wonderful tactile authenticity to the whole thing.
It sounds like they were consciously trying to align the festival back with Adi values.
That's exactly it. As the organizers themselves pointed out, sustainability isn't some new trend for the Adi. It's woven into their bamboo homes, their farming cycles. So this wasn't just a green initiative in isolation. It was a deep reaffirmation of their ancestral wisdom, a direct response to modern threats like plastic pollution, a return to roots, really.
And they involved everyone, even kids.
Oh yeah, the engagement was key. They had workshops led by a renowned artist, Ushini Lingi. Things like paper making from recycled materials and eco-printing using natural dyes. You can just imagine the kids pressing leaves and flowers onto fabric, creating patterns that mirrored the hills around them.
Yeah.
It was fun, but also deeply educational, instilling pride and ecological awareness at the same time.
And the core rituals, were they revived too?
Definitely. The Binnyat ceremony, for example, was performed with this palpable energy. People gathered in the fields, chanting together for the harvest, a practice that had maybe faded a bit but was now vibrantly restored. Plus, they had this open-air museum. It gave visitors a real window into Adi life exhibits on traditional farming with actual wooden plows, displays of the beautiful gale skirts, details about mithun rearing, even traditional weapons.
So learning alongside the celebration. What about games and music?
The games had that traditional feel, too. Tug of war, using ropes made from twisted vines, pretty intense but fun. And archery ranges were popular. Evenings were all about the Solung musical program. You had Pangin's youth skillfully blending traditional bamboo flutes and drums with subtle modern touches. And elders would sit and share stories of past Solungs, captivating everyone.
That mix of generations sounds really special.
It was very intentional. Local schools brought students to participate, integrating the zero-waste ideas and cultural lessons right into their learning. Even tourists, who were encouraged to arrive via eco-friendly treks, weren't just spectators. They were invited to join dances, try the apong. It was immersive. And that helped the community build hospitality skills, providing a gentle economic boost without selling out the festival's soul.
Was there outside support for this?
Yes, collaboration was crucial. Sheng District Tourism partnered with an organization called Muhan, which specializes in exactly this kind of community tourism, integrating culture, ecology, and local livelihoods. Yang Pertin, the circle officer and district tourism officer, put it really well. She said many festivals had become too commercial, losing cultural depth. But this Solung reclaimed its roots by embedding sustainability, a core Adi value, right into its heart. It was a collective push for identity, culture, and eco-harmony. Pangin really set a benchmark.
So looking beyond Pangin now, this wasn't happening in a vacuum, was it? You mentioned a national trend.
Right. Pangin Solung reflects this larger surge we saw across India in 2025 towards greener festivals. It's driven by growing climate concerns, a kind of collective awakening. You see it in many places. During Ganesh Chaturthi, for instance, there's a definite shift towards eco-idols made of clay, sometimes with seeds inside, instead of the old plaster of Paris ones that pollute rivers.
Any other examples?
Sure. Himachal Pradesh's tribal festival banned single-use plastics, brought in refill stations, biodegradable plates, very similar to Pangin's bamboo approach. Even holy celebrations are seeing campaigns promoting natural plant-based colors over chemical ones. And massive events like the Mahakumbh Mela are seriously implementing waste management strategies. It's becoming more mainstream.
And this tackles a real problem, right? The waste from festivals is huge.
It's massive. India generates something like 3.5 million tons of waste just from festivals each year. For a place like Arunachal, with its incredible biodiversity hotspots, this shift is vital. Plastic litter, habitat disruption, these are serious threats. So going zero waste like Solung did, it cuts pollution, yes, but it also educates people about conservation. It fits perfectly with national goals like Swachh Bharat for cleaner communities.
And there's an economic benefit, too.
Definitely. It boosts ecotourism. Arunachal saw over 500,000 visitors last year, and many are looking for exactly these kinds of authentic, sustainable experiences. That creates real jobs locally in guiding, making traditional crafts, running homestays. It becomes a sustainable livelihood that respects the culture and the environment.
Of course, it can't all be smooth sailing. There must be challenges.
Oh, sure. Balancing revival with accessibility for everyone is one thing. Bridging potential generational gaps in perspective is another. And, as always, securing consistent funding can be a hurdle. But the success in Pangin is undeniable. It's genuinely inspiring other Adi villages now to plan similar eco-conscious salongs. It feels like it could spark a real statewide movement.
So wrapping up our deep dive here, Pangin Solung really shows us something powerful. It shows how a community can truly honor its past by consciously building a sustainable future. It's this incredible story of cultural preservation meeting ecological responsibility head-on.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? It forces us to ask, In a world facing serious environmental crises, how much wisdom can we actually rediscover in these indigenous practices? Practices that have always prioritized respect for nature. Maybe the answers we're looking for have been there all along, just waiting.
What happened in Pangin, it feels like more than just a festival. It was like a bridge, a living bridge between ancient traditions and modern challenges, reminding us that our heritage can offer real, tangible solutions for how to live sustainably.
Yeah. The echoes of those drums, that scent of bamboo in the air, the shared joy. It all reminds us that traditions thrive when they're nurtured with genuine care. That ensures they don't just become history lessons, but living, evolving forces that guide future generations. It leaves you wondering, how does this kind of celebration, this blend of old and new, resonate with you?